Wherefore was that?
Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the live session of animation. And I will try to do my best to keep this that that session alive during the week. And this is the first where we're gonna talk about the importance of have a really strong audio, and how that audio can be turned on your character. So before to animate, right, we need to understand which kind of personality can have your character, which kind of personality, um, and from personality I mean the study of personality, the enneagram, right? So if you have followed me in the past workshop, and you have seen which kind of philosophy and theory I embrace when I do animation, you have seen how I use enneagram and psychology to understand the acting behind of a character, which kind of subtext I need to use, and which kind of body language I need to use, which is gonna drive me to have a believable character on screen, because it's coherent with uh, their kind of hypothetical choice. I don't know if this makes sense, but you know when you have a character, you need to feel that character is alive, because the choice you do are alive, because they do. Okay, so the choice they do are alive, because everything behind of of um of a character tell us that character is true, right? So for this there is the study of the enneagram, and I will talk about personality. I will begin now to we're gonna see here the the piece I took. It's Patrick Stewart with a piece of Macbeth, which is really strong piece. And there is here, there is that the see this the text. So we're gonna have this sentence here, and we're gonna analyze. So normally, in a production, what you have is it's kind of, you have a storyboard, and you have a script, and you have an audio, and put all together is gonna give the right context here. So I use so this is our audio. We're gonna analyze in a while, and this is our character. This is our
Tomorrow
yeah. It's from here.
and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays of lighted fools away to dusty death.
Okay, that's and that. So we're gonna see, in a while we're gonna take the right lyrics and everything, right text, but for now we put Patrick Stewart away, and we're gonna talk about our character here. So this rig, identity rig. If you followed me, you know what is this identity rig, and this is a character I did with identity rig. Now this is also some displacement here. So I want to have something like kind of demo, kind of character like Vecna would say, so everything here it's already rigged, and it's ready to animate. Or can put this at 1, to see a little bit of displacement, or we could also take out the displacement. You have the character like this, and it's completely fine. So that character is blind, and or at least, so this first challenge, so this character have that kind of eyes. What mean you need to make, and we're gonna take out also the eyelash, because doesn't have eyelash, and oh, we can put the eyelash really really short. You will see how manipulated that character. So what is important here is how he use all it's kind of challenge when you have a blind character, because what you have to show, or your expression, it's all around that area here, which I take care to have something really flexible, and you see. So I'm sure can do some of the stuff I want to do, like and it's basically, you see, everything it's already connect. So and so everything it's around here, it's around that that mask here, that mask here, and here, so how when you animate someone blind, you need to understand, even you feel the emotion, because the emotion through the eyes is something, of course, we have, everyone, you can't see emotion through the eyes, but when you have someone blind, you need to show the emotion, using all the muscle of the face. So there will be this challenge here for this character, and also the fact that character, it's the is the traditional really evil character. So everything will be, again, if I can say Vecna, I can say a lot of other villain in the history of cinema. So you know how the body language react, why that body language is that way. So first thing we're gonna talk about Enneagram, right? So what is this Enneagram? Enneagram is the study of personality, and meaning a diagram of 9. So there is 9 personality for for everyone. So or I mean, there is one personality is the one drive, and you can have 2 3. You have the wings, which is kind of it's like the how you integrate your personality, and you can disintegrate your personality, and to understand that we can take this, you can go Enneagram, and you can see here so how work. So Enneagram is the study of that personality here, which it's is are called in a lot of different way when you research, but more or less it's basically the same. So without going for each of that personality, because it's not it's not a Enneagram workshop here, but him could be a 8, a disintegrate 8, or a probably even a 1, right? So that's one, that are 2 personality, but the 8 it's in the rage, this it's the rage area, right? Where this is in the thought area. When you choose the personality of a character, you need to understand which kind of area can be. So for give you an idea, the personality 8 destroyed, we're talking about destroyed personality because of course is a villain, right? So it's someone is not healed in terms of their feeling, their emotion. So the hate, when the hate is the personality of the lead, and every personality have need, and every personality have fear. So the hate have the need to take control of the environment, right? So you need to control the environment. You want to control the environment. This is why you can be a good lead. But the fear of the hate is actually the opposite. It's lose that control. And when you are integrate unhealthy personality, you go on 2, which is the help, the advisor. Yeah, but someone help. So when you become a hate really healthy, you have that kind of control of the environment, but to help other people, mentors, teacher, are good hate because they want to help other people. They want to put that control, that control, but it need to be integrated with something a little more thoughtful, more deepful. And when it's gonna destroy is go on the 5. So when an 8 is take the negative, because when you destroy, you take all the negative, and you take the fear of the 5. You want to understand everything, so make you a paranoid. So an 8, an LT8, Adolf Hitler was an LT8, and Stalin, Mussolini are people 8 where you see as a lead I don't talk about politics here, and we can be something sure, uh, despite of the bad thing they did, but they have a lot of people follow them. So they was a good leader, but with paranoid and hate for other people or the ethnias and everything. This come from the destroy personality and the negative side and fear of five. The one which is one of the best one on the screen is Gustav Fringe. The one is the perfectionist, right? And this change a lot in terms of body language. While the eight, it's really it's a huge present on the screen. So it's really physical. You want to be physics. You want to touch people. You want to take stuff on your hand, destroy. And have a physical connection with the environment. The one is quite the opposite. Kind of, OC about hygiene and, kind of really obsessed with, have if you remember Gustav Fringe, doesn't touch. It's always with the hand in the other hand. It's really close in his pose, and it's another thing. It's quite characteristic about the one is the fact that they move like robot. Or it's everything. It's quite symmetrical on their move, and are really straight about rules, about law, about order, right? So the one is, everything need to be perfect, everything need to be in order, everything need to follow rules. So the fear of one is everything is go out, it's chaos. So where everything is go out the control. It's still the control, but it's another thing of control, right? So it's like it's it's more the rule of perfection. And when is integrate in the seven, which is the seven is the party the party person, it's gonna balance really well this kind of stuff, because can be really funny, and of course perfectionism but in a good way, and can be really supportive for other people, because it's, of course, is optimistic. It's like uh yeah, it can be bothered about something is not perfectionist, but somehow it's gonna turn of these things in something really good for him. While the four is the opposite. The four is yes, the romantic, but it's called also the artist. It's called the depression, the depressed. It's called so the emo. So the four is a personality where you gonna close yourself. It's really close. It's really introverted. So when a one become four, you have Gustav Fringe, right? You don't talk. You see other people in the eyes. You don't need to use too much body language, you know, meaning as all the body, but you can have all that facial uh, powerful connection with the with the other character. And and that kind that two personality and Ilti are really good for for a for a villain like that. So as you see, there is quite some difference about the one and the other, and that difference is gonna bring us to um, understand which kind of shot we want to do and which kind of storytelling pose we want to use for that for that shot. So the first thing I want to do here, I want to take the part of Patrick Stewart, extrapolate the audio from 1476.
Tomorrow. And tomorrow. And tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays of lighted fools away to dusty death. Out. Out. Brief candle.
Okay, so that's 2716. So 1476. Okay, everything is fallen here. So 1476. So to 2716. So what I do here, I'm gonna this OpenRB, and I have compiled, so if you want I can 17, and I take a little bit more probably to be sure from here maybe, and come here. So I gonna export that as QuickTime movie, and I gonna put here as for audio, right? I'm gonna save. So it's gonna write. I don't know how long will be. We're gonna see, but let's see. We're gonna put this here. We don't need for now, and so while I do that, okay, here we're gonna after Effects, I'm gonna extract the audio. So what I do here is choose, the first thing I want to do is, so 1417 1416 actually. Okay, so it's will be 54 seconds, which is a lot. So we can just, tomorrow creeps in the pretty pace from day to day. Okay, let's see. So we're gonna see, when we have. For now we're gonna put for now we're gonna put 1300. That's fine, and then we will see, when we have the audio, how we divide. I would say anyway, if you know me and you see, how I work, I love long shot of acting. So I would say at least 30 seconds, which is like, okay, 30 seconds are around 700. I will say, between 770 and 150 frames, which is a lot, but we don't have, we don't want to rush. Will be something I want to I want to follow to do, for some time. So I would say, 1 hour, 2 hour for lesson, also because I have also, fortunately, unfortunately, a lot of things to do, but I won't take the time to do something good. So at that point here, okay, I can add a camera for now and begin to do a layout, right? So let's do the layout here and understand how that layout is. So there is another camera here, probably. Why? So I want to have this as camera, main camera. Okay. And if you take these, right? So this kind of blender. So if you take these, you can move your camera exactly like the other software, and this is gonna lock. So do something like that. Okay, I want to I want to I want to do my layout now. So let's say, can walk a little bit here on screen. I want to have something, with body mechanic too, which, and from here can be here, and here can be another character or something like that. And we can, with the Blender kit, which is quite useful, we can put, an environment and, have everything here. So let's say something like that, right? And I want to have this. So okay, let's do something like that again, right here, for example, and have around, some step. I would say, because it will be a really slow walk, which I will do, a cycle. This is another thing really important when I work. When I work, after I did the layout, I take the time. Production, of course, because it's something in production, library and everything, of course, you use. But even when I do my shot, I take the time to do everything I need of pre-production. Walk cycle, pose of the hand, blink. Because for two reasons. The one is the fact I can focus on something, short, instead have a lot of things to think in my shot. So here I have acting, I have body language, I have a lot of stuff. So I don't want, to have also another thing on the plate. right? So I want to divide that task. So I take my time, I do my walking, and I will see, which kind of walking I want to do. So at that point I want to have, I go with a really basic layout. It's could be changed, of course, because I haven't the work cycle did before. So I will say, because it will be a really slow walk and will be, is like it's pretty huge. It's kind of more of 2 meters. It's 2 meter 40, so it's a bit more slow. Okay, creator when are big are slower, right? How you feel the weight, how you feel um, the size of a creator through the speed of their movement. No, bigger you are, slower you are, and this is how your brain regarding that as something really big. So I want to take like 52 or 48, probably 52 frames of walk, right? So 52 frames of walk meaning is around 100 and 100, because it's gonna stop, so you have a half step. I want to see his, like one here and two, and also that we will be changed, because when will do my walk, and then we're gonna work on the walk later. I will do everything to have my contact, so the strike of the feet will be the same, right? So I can double the space. Now I don't have any kind of things, but I will say this. Let's see if I move that and I move here, let's say something like that. Okay, and that, so something like that, something like that. Okay, let's see something like that. So will be something around here. So this is okay. It's 21, I would say. Okay, so 21, 21. It's meaning 0 0.42, 0 0.42 plus another 21. It's 0.63, right? So it's like 3 step, of course, because you're gonna move for 3 times. So we're gonna have this. Okay, reset, and we're gonna have 0.63. Okay, so from here, okay, I think this is negative, right? No. So around will be here, but of course, we're gonna see later. So this will be more or less like that. Okay. You want to do your math before to do, also because of course you can change stuff, but if you have everything already already set up, it's better. So I will go here. Let's see if I can be a little bit more. Okay, also because we'll be close really close to the face to see everything, right? So something like that. and you know we can have later a little bit of shake on the camera, but will be something after gonna put in another time. So here we can have a little bit of pan. Okay, so see, it's gonna pan a little bit closer, can be even more further like that. And gonna close, and I'm gonna save that as gonna put on my and creator live YouTube. Okay, I want to have this layout, so I work directly with the rig. I don't use link or anything for now, because and I will tell you also how, but no, but in that case I prefer to do like that. It will be just I don't need to change rig or anything, so it's fine. And here we can begin to work on our environment, maybe like, let's see, on blender kit it's really good to have this kind of stuff really fast. And let's see what still has cave. Okay, this is good. This can be really nice. This can be really nice too. You see, this is how is the relationship, I would say. This will be huge. I mean, it's fine. I can also take something huge. It's not a problem. But okay, let's do that. Okay, which is more or less it's pretty contained. You see. So I would think of Blender Kit, which if you use Blender and you want to have a really nice shot with, of course, credit the guy. In that case, it's Adventure Photoscandia, but you can save time, then you go around, and looking for your uh, environment or props or anything. So almost there. And probably we don't I like always to have something, but could be really nice to have a plate of myself from back, and just have kind of real footage, and adapt the real footage to the camera. Of course, we do other way around, but we can even do in that way. It's not something. It's basically free. Normally, when you are in a when you are in a production, of course, you have your layout done and everything done, so that's a little bit more easy. But here we need we can go just in more like freestyle things. It's pretty nice environment, if you see, right? So that's it will be really nice, also to understand how that you know um, of course we don't see the, this is really important, we don't see the body, but remember, even if you don't want to clean your feet and 100%, you need to understand moving your feet where your route to go. So when you have something like that which is not regular, it's really interesting to see that kind of irregularity in the walk, and we will work with the with the animation layer for that. You will show you, it's quite the workflow I create is called chaos, which is it's interesting because it's inspired to the Greek word of chaos, which meaning creation of that case universe. But if it's, you create a small universe when you animate. But chaos is also a um, a word meaning K, anticipation, overshoot, settle, and it's right K, which they see in comma, which see its context. So you break down your shot using before the K pose, which are storytelling, or contact, with that case are the contact of the feet, contact when there is body mechanic, and anticipation or passing position, overshoot or squash position, and settle, right, before to go again on the other pose. And I will go through my method, and it's also I give workshop, and so if you are interested you can go on my site and see which kind of workshop I give with Maya and Blender. So here we're gonna check our layout. Gonna save that, and and now we have I can use even another rig probably there. It's fine without oh, I can it's, there is a lot of possibility. I can put myself as plates. Yeah, we do like that. I want to have something close to web fix feeling. So let's do something like that, more or less. Okay, and okay, that's it. So that this is our begin of layout. So go here, we'll put some shake of camera, and there is all the dialogue, right, more or less. Until here we will take the audio from the video, and I want to have probably as reference, I want to have something here. So also when I don't have characters, is super important, right? One of the thing I see as mistake, okay, thing to retake every time in every production. When I work as supervisor, one of the most common retake I give is about the direction of the eyes. Direction of the eyes, as every animator work with me knew, no, it's like something I'm really careful about, because direction of the eyes meaning also uh, the direction where the audience feel the presence of the other character. So if you don't see, in that case, I don't see my character, for now, I know it's around here more or less. I want to have a kind of reference at least, right? So let's say, okay, add I want to have, I don't know, a sphere, right? So I want to have something like that remind me where is that character right now. It's really big, but let's say no, another more or less like the head of someone. So even if I don't have, still my character on the shot, I don't have, my things, I know more or less will be here, right? Something like that. And I want to have this also as composition of my shot because of course, right? See, I know exactly what is this. Now, because I will use a plate, this will be replaced with a plane constraint, on that point. I could even constrain if I want, if move, but in that case it will be just a plane with an alpha, so will be composited basically straight on the shot, okay, without to do any fancy thing or other thing. I don't need. I need just a good shot of myself. I will do today. I have my Samsung 24, which can record video in 24 FPS, which is the FPS I want for my shot. And have a good shot of myself back of the shoulder with a lot, some blur because will be the depth of field here, put on a plane, and that's it. But for now, because I don't have, I need to know where that guy will see, when speak and do his thing. So let's say I'm here. I can put that, and have okay. So it's pretty nice, and that's it. I can even, if I want to have something a little, I can even more go a little bit more, right, like that. So it's a bit more close, see. And also I can use another lens. So lens are super important, right? Because through the lens we can talk. Through the lens you can show. So everything is matter, right? When you do storytelling, when you want to tell a story, everything matter. You don't want, to just skip things. And one of the tool more important to tell a story, of course, is the camera. The camera is the eye of the audience, right? So when you have a camera, you want to give to the audience the right feeling of what happened in that moment, right? And when you have a lens really really, really like really really near, like 25, 30, 32, you can feel there is something, like a claustrophobic moment. Or, if you want to have something more flat to show how everything is, you can have something a little bit more flat. That case you can go, also for portrait, for example, when you do likeness, you go on 80s, 100, 110, because you want something really, really, really flat, right? So here, because I want to give, the impression of the sense of claustrophobic, the sense also of the dominance of that character, I want to go on a 30, probably 35, probably, right? So you see, when I have the 35 here, what I need to do now is go and take my replace a little bit my camera, which in that case will be let's see, probably that. Okay, so I want to, you know, move. No, this is the, sorry. Okay, you see now what's happened is something I have something really, you see, it's more close everything, right? So if I go here and I have like 40 probably. Okay, it's not quite different, but you can feel it's a bit more. So here I can even go a little bit more close, and because we see the distance are, you know, a lot. Yeah, something like that probably. And and this now, you know, can be like can be something like that. So that probably, and also this will be, see. So I need to know to have this a little bit more on the right, and again I can go with that and have something like that. So begin, you know, to work on my lens, begin to work on my composition. I see now, I know, you know, the distance where are, and you know I can, and of course here we're gonna, there is a double. I can go here and just delete this. And have this, okay, like this. And this, of course, at that point, okay, this could be a little bit more close, so we can see, you know, and maybe, you know, because it's this 2 meters, be probably something more like that. You know, can be even, you know, here tied something more high, so it can be something like that, right? So here can be a pool or something, right? So okay, so I want to save that. Now what I do is basically take my creator, and I have, you know, a script I did for save animation. So what I want to do now is begin to work on my deblocking of my walk, right? And I uh, I want to show you, you know, the first thing, how do a blocking of of a walk without any reference, right? Just, you know, understand. So reference are super important, don't make me wrong. I use a lot of reference. I shoot myself when there is creator to do. I, you know, overall mixed creator, I take a lot of reference. When I worked in House of the Dragon, we took a lot of reference of Horse and Flying Fox and, you know, Snake and Komodo Dragon, and just put all together. So reference are super important, and we will see how using that case. But because that case it's a walk. It's a really simple walk. We don't need, something. I mean, you can block a walk without reference, without any problem. And but we will take reference, and the next time you will see the reference as shoot, and probably also the things I took from Patrick Stewart, because of course if you have someone like Patrick Stewart make the backpack, you don't want to waste something, or like really good material for your shots. So I will shoot my reference, I will take something from there, then you will see, I'll put all my reference for the acting of that guy. But remember, and as this is a really good, it's not for granted, because it's something I see always. Remember, are just a reference, are not something you want to rotoscope. It's not something you want to take frame by frame. You want to understand the anatomy back of that reference. You want to understand the mechanic you want to understand and apply and make yours. Okay, when you have a reference, you don't need to copy the reference. Copy the reference is lifeless. You want to have something made from you, by you, after you have understood which kind of mechanic, which kind of anatomy, which kind of things you need to understand, in order to make that creator believable. This is a creator, right? It's not character animation. I mean, it's character animation, of course, but it's related to a biped creator. So you want to have that biped creator alive, breathe, and the breath is super important. The breath, through the breath you can feel the emotional state of a character, you can feel the adrenaline, you can feel a lot of stuff. It's the heartbeat, right? So the heartbeat is going to increase when your adrenaline begin to parasympathetic, the parasympathetic mechanism, your parasympathetic mechanism is gonna increase the heartbeat of your heart, of course, when there is a danger, when you begin to be excited, when the adrenaline is gonna begin to pump, because you want to stay vigilantes, you want to stay awake. Vigilantes, not, you want to stay awake, and have that feeling of being awake drive you. So it's why it's why your parasympathetic your sympathetic system is gonna act in that way. So here, we can just begin to block our walks. One of the thing is super important, that at that moment it's the pose you want to give, because of course you want to have uh, the body language already in your first pose, and go here, we begin. So the first thing I want to do is the position of my root. Okay, contact position, the root will be lower, and feet. One. So I'm gonna see here now. Okay, first thing I do, take that, go here, and see it's is that value. So what I put that here, put that here, and I put minus here, and you have already your I think it's that. So work smarter, not harder, because it's super important. Okay, so here we're gonna so the first thing I want to have is right, and after go here, 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 and we need to work on my this. So here I can just go, and there is a really nice tool. Okay, so work on the pose of the hand is super important. Use the translation of the hand, not just the rotation. And take your time, right? So the first pose is the one give you, the right feeling of your character. So take the time to have this pose make in the right way. And here probably can be, something more like that. And here and here. This probably it's a little bit less. And remember the shoulder. Shoulder is super important. Always. Everything comes from the shoulder, right? So here you can have this. This. Something like that. Like that. Get more close. And you want to connect everything with the chest, right? And the head will be 0.2. So you want to have the head a little bit, it's like 1 or 0. Okay, that's fine. So you want to have the head like a word space, right? See, this is nice because take also care of small assessment of that. So when you have a pose, is not going to do it like that. This is a really good pose. It's Autorig Pro. You want to give, if you have, you know, the value from 0 to 1, you want to have 0 0.2, 0 0.3, because the head need to stay in the center, right? Like almost old, but you know, it's gonna be drive a little bit from the body. So you know, try yourself to see how work your body, but you will see, you know, when you move the chest, it's gonna moving a little bit also the the head, and this will be like that. This will be like that. Right. So I can take just, you know, all this thing here, and probably I can, let's see, before I can try to paste, otherwise that's, what the fuck is that? It's gonna save that walk. Probably there is a small, yeah, it's like take something, I don't know. Anyway, we can, what is, yeah, it's break the rig somehow. Anyway, I'm gonna open again. So I will check the rig, why I do like that. Probably it's kind of bug. It's funny. So I will do the handy another way. So manually. Okay, that's good. And you know, here, and I just do that. It's fine. It's not something, you know, it's, so the hand, you know, as Mitcal say, are the most important thing of the character. It's how, you know, it's how you speak sometime with, you speak with your hand, you know, you use your hand for any kind of stuff. So here and here. Okay. Probably that. Right, something like that, and could be something more, a little bit, this, right? So there is Pixar, when you know, when you work on a pose, but also not just Pixar, you know, it's a kind of rule of animation. You want to have a pose is sincere, is alive. So from one pose, you need to feel is alive, right? So I want to have this pose like something, you know, I want to see. So remember the storytelling pose, you know, because now we live in an era of 3D printers, so you want to have this storytelling pose like an action figure, you know, on your shelf. So everything, you know, and you see what I do. I don't care about camera. Everything need to work on 360. Two reasons: if you change camera, everything is good, okay? And the other reason is your workflow of animation can work on gaming, VFX, feature, etc., etc. You are not constrained to some just to an environment of work, because if you cheat in camera, which is something it's not good. And I don't say I don't haven't done it. I did some time, but when I was sure it doesn't affect of the other department. And normally 99.9% I don't cheat in camera, just if I need it. So another thing here of that rig, I will also have the muscle simulation on the final rig. So probably I can't put here maybe, but on the final event rig I will have also the muscle simulation. Here is the rotation of the shoulder. It can be less compressed, a little bit more open, for the, and this can be a little bit less. Okay, so let's say something like that. I want to see if everything is work from. This could be a little bit less. Of course, it's super important, but we don't need to have this, The compression of the chest is here. It's good. This is the hips. You see, hips and shoulders gonna drive your arm, or or your leg. So that's super important, right? And here you want to have a pose of the neck, and probably something more like that. See, more natural here on the curve of the neck here, right? This is a little bit more close. Okay, now feel yourself when you walk. Okay, and that's it. And I go here, I put a keys on everything, and I said before I want to have 48 52 frames. So we see with 48 before. Okay, I do another thing here, and after I hope that rig will work when I copy and paste, flip it. That's good work. So this is one of the things I love in Blender, because it's something on Maya, it's always complicated. So what I need to do here, just go here and begin to work on my direction of the feet, because of course it's gonna be a little bit different, and on the balance of my thing here, and this will be probably, I go here, and if I go here probably will be too much. This we're gonna scale down. And another thing I see here probably is the thing maybe we don't need to flip that. Yeah, it's like it doesn't have what. Okay, that's weird. Let's do like that. Like do like that. And this is gonna be flip. And now it's good. Okay, that's good. And here I said before, you know, I want to just go here and have this. Okay, so a little bit more here. A bit more here. And this, I said before, you know, it can just turn a little bit down. So all that will be on the Y. So can go here, take my, so you see, I begin to use the graph editor already, you know, on that, on that stage. So I go here and I go here and I go here. Go here and I go here. And I want to go on my preference in animation and only show select curve, right? So that's, so I will see just, you see, just the select curve here. So this and this I don't need, I need that, right? And I need that, I need that, and after I can take all these, go here and have scale average. And now I can go here, so you know, just reposing a little bit. So you see, when you move, when you move, can just, you know, reposing your thing. So now if I go here, you will see there is a little bit of less deformation. There is here probably, you know, it's still this good. This could be maybe less, right? And have this a little bit more like that, and have this a little bit more like that. So okay, so this is super important because you can you know, you can begin to to manipulate all your stuff already from the graph editor. And here, you know, what we need now, I have just, you know, go here and go here. Probably I move it something, but we can go here, here, in the here, and that's fine. So you have everything, you know, right? It's already offset and everything. So Okay, at that point we're gonna begin to work on our passing position, and but that, you know, we're gonna see the next time. And I mean, we can do another pose here. Okay, so passing position, right? So of course 12 in the middle. This will be, okay, curve transform. This will be like that. This will be, so working on splogging. This is called splogging, where you do basically, you know, kind of plugging in spline, but you want to work pose by pose. You have, you know, some of the stuff already done, which you create. This will be like that. This will be like that. So you can, you know, see how the things work, and probably will be like that. Ah, hate this kind of stuff. It remind me, you know, 3DX Max, when it was, when you forget to put the, so here again, and you know, yeah, will be good like that, probably something like that, and this can be a little bit more round, right? Here you want to have something a little bit more, you know, more weight. You can give a little bit of drag here, and you know, a little bit of drag here. And this, because you know, when go up you have small thing here, and of course you have, you know, hold that weight here. So shift weight, you know, how you shift the weight in your walk, it's super important, because it's like, you know, something, I don't, I think this is gonna, yeah, this is cool. I love this, the trick. So you know, it's like, and after, you know, we're gonna work on the, you know, for now it's good. And this will be like that, like that, right? This here. And also here I want to have this a little bit, you know, more natural. Again, you know, this was great from Andreas Deja. Andreas Deja, which was one of the 80, 90 animators of Disney 2000. I mean, it's still is still working. One of the greatest animator ever. It was in charge about of the animation of the villain. So you know sorry, not Andreas Deja, Sergio Pablos. Sorry, and Sergio Pablos. When I see an interview or something, it was I don't know, you know, Sergio, if probably I I I confused with another one. So you know, if you see this video and you want to write me if it's true or not. But you know, I remember Sergio Pablos say doesn't see too much as the reference, but instead, and look him in the mirror and see which kind of movement he do. And that's, I mean, when you do the movement, you can feel the movement, right? You can feel the mechanic on your body. It's better sometimes to understand what's happened. Sergio Pablos is one of the greatest animator ever, so if you love and know animation, you know Sergio Pablos. So sometimes you want to just see how go the stuff. If you go here, you will see when we begin to close on your body, the arms, you tend to close also the thumbnail, and here and here again, all the, and after you go here, you go on 36 pass flipped, and that's it. Okay, you have already basically your blogging done, more or less. Simple. Keep simple. This is super important in animation. Keep the animation simple. You don't want to overcomplicate stuff. You don't want to, because all the detail is what, because for example here I will have other, I will have an overshoot, and I will have here there is the peel off, and here there is the swing, and the peel off and the swing two movement is gonna give you other texture on the walk, but you want to have everything keep it really really simple. And you want to have here, and what is important at that point. You don't want to have stuff go left and right. So what you go here after you did your first chunk of let's see if it's that. Yes, it's that. So you want to keep all the stuff on one spot, you see. Then this for example is go here, but it's quite weird because it's probably it's not. Let me check. So you want to have this probably or like that, right? You see it's gonna slide down a little bit, so I will see what's happening here. We can do also, probably there is the axis is not the best, so what I do here, okay, can use so I can use my motion path calculate, right? So, and I see what's happening here. So what's happening here is I want to hide the bones. So this, you see, it's like can use also the global, it's a bit better. Yeah. Okay, this is good now, and this is good. Okay, you want to have this on the same line of that, right? And also here, let's see. So probably again, if you see don't be stuck on, on the, sometimes it's a combination of things. You see, what I do, the first thing I do is just check my motion path. Motion path is something, I'm not used a lot by animators. It's a mistake because you can have a lot of stuff solved with your motion, right? So you see here, it's too much. So, and because you have not too many pose now, this is the moment to do that. So here we're gonna have this, okay, and this will be here. So, and we can go here, clear. There is also another motion path I will show you. It's a bit better than that. So you see, it's better now. Okay, this good, this good. This can be a little bit more like that. Okay, so you have, okay, motion path. It's super important. So now I have, my more or less my uh, my top view are gonna be here. I'm going to be sure I want to have also this. Again, take your time. This is super. This is the first pass of blogging, right? When you want to have everything really, really good. So, for example, here, if I go now and I put everything in step without have, an interference from breakdown, right? Take this and the high, because here in step is constant on. So you see already everything is fine. Okay, there is here a slide a little bit. Took. So what I do here, you just keep this on the same, see? Slide too much, so I want to have this a little bit more here, here. And again, I can take, my motion path, calculate, and I want to have this. You can see here, right? It's almost there. So you can go here and put here, and now you have this doesn't slide. See? And the same here. You want to go here, you see? Slide here, of course, on the same. So you want to go here, you want to clear your path. So I have a lot of tool. I will show you next time, to make this a little bit less back and forth, and this can be a little bit more like here, right? And now when you have here to you see. So this and this is gonna because it was here, right? It was here, sorry. It's Sunday morning, right? So you see now it's gonna be like, okay, so I'm gonna save this. Next time you're gonna see how work the peel off, or peel out, and the swing, which are super important in a walk, because you can feel, from that you can feel your weight and everything. And this, for now it's what we have. We can switch with the displacement, see how it's work. And let's see, here 2. Okay, and you have this a little bit more interesting, so you can feel. I want to have, you know, a creator like I don't know, something amphibious, something, you know, makes sense, come from a cave. And this again, we can go here, and we don't have grooming, and we don't have any of eyelash. So we don't want this, and we don't want this for now. But of course, it doesn't have grooming, it doesn't have anything, right? It's like, okay. So you see, you can understand already your mechanic, you can understand already your timing, you know, a lot of stuff, and come from here. Of course, it's a super blogged stage, you know, but I mean, everything we did at that stage is matter for, you know, for the animation, because of course it's like, you know, something you want to have good since the beginning already. Okay. So if I want to do a render play blast of that, I go here. I want to have my play blast in video, and encoding container mp4, encoding h264, and here, go here and play blast, you know, and accept. And after I go from here, I want to have, now, you know, there is this, so I want to have this a little bit like that, right? I work also on a tool to do, you know, viewport, to do play blast with all the viewport view, you know, when you work on a cycle. We'll share with you in the last day, in the next day, and here, you know, you go here, render play blast, render, sorry, viewport preview, no, play blast. Okay, so you don't see, but there is the other thing, you know, it's working right now. It's to the, so, you know, there is a lot of stuff to tweak after on the finger and everything, but, you know, more or less what I really need here is about, it's about, you know, so this, you know, it's even really fast probably. So I want to have this. Let's see, you know, and this is something, you see, when you work with the sense of, you know, with the right workflow, right? So I want to have this. I don't know, I have, you know, the other, of course. Yeah. So here, and, you know, I want to have this 24, and, you know, so now it's gonna be like every 24, right? I'm gonna double a little bit everything, and I want probably, you know, have also this before, like this. If I put this in 12, okay, so control have, so alt have, shift have 12, okay. I see if I double the time, it's slower, you know, you see, it's working really better, right? So what I want to do is just double all the stuff here, and I want to have this 96. So you see how it's changing a lot when you begin to work, with it. Is just from the blogging. I don't need, to do all the stuff, and clean it and everything. I need just to do my blogging, and that, that, and that. So 48, 24, 48, 68, 72, right? So, and yeah, that's good. Yeah, sometime it just, and this kind of bug you have, and sometime in the, I can just go here and clear my, okay, so this it's really powerful walk, and so retime it. So I go here, I save. So again, I was just, the first thought of was like 52 frames. No, it's a lot slower, but because until you don't see on your screen moving, you can't understand. You need to, and it's another thing. I will talk the next time how you feeling. The how you feeling the weight. Are you feeling the real the speed, matter to the size of the character. This character is huge. It's like, again, it's like 2 meters half, almost. So it's need to be really, really heavy. So I go here, and this is something I learned in the House of the Dragon thing, when was like slow down, slow down, slow down at one point, and you slow down, because you feel is the right things to do, right? It's like, so 96, it's almost for it's fine if you think in second. It's almost for second to walk. So now I I will see if the play blast work. I will take from that. The next time I will begin to work, but until I don't feel the timing it's right. So, and you can, this OpenRV. So I have compile. It's basically free, and if you want, I will put on my website. And it is for Linux and for Windows. Sorry, I haven't compiled for Mac because I don't have a Mac. So I have a Linux and Windows. So if someone want to do a compilation, compile for Mac, you can take there from the one for Linux, and have a try. So it's a really good tool to have, because you can just Shift F, you can change the frame. You can see if it's working before going retiming, if working better, slower or faster. And this is another thing, you need to understand to use your tool when you are in animation to save time, and you don't just guess stuff and make mistake and everything. So you see, this feel more right, this feel more in the character, which was not, the other was not right. Are the same pose, but the thing was, the speed doesn't match the character, doesn't match the personality of the character, doesn't match the size of the character, doesn't match, the muscularity of the character. This kind of stuff matter, right? Timing and spacing working in relationship with size and personality of the character. So this is all for now, and see you next time. Probably Wednesday I will try to do a live. And thank you for your time, and see you. Bye.